Welcome to our financial accounting class. Once again, we hope that everyone is okay. Today we want to focus on stock, inventory, and the cost of sales. We should have gone straight into a discussion, but I can still send a lecture later on. Maybe you'd allow me just to get to some questions on tax, that is sales tax, so that we can see if we can survive. All of us will be doing these questions. 72 says a lien is registered for sales tax. Now this was sent to you on your page there. And can we proceed? Yes. So this was sent on your WhatsApp, so you don't have an excuse. Some of us can't see. You can use your phone. Let me go to the question straight. It says, if sales tax is charged at what percentage? At 15%. Can you see this? What will be the gross value of the sales invoice prepared by a lien? Let's read what a lien is doing. A lien is registered for sales tax. During May, she sold goods with a list price of how much? 600 excluding sales tax to K on credit. As K was buying a large quantity of goods, a lien deducted trade discount of 5% of the normal list price. If sales tax is charged at that much, how much was the gross invoice? Let us try to do some bit of work. This amount here is the gross amount. I mean, it's the list price. It's the price before the discount. We'll have to remove the 5% discount, right? Let's do some bit of work. Yes. How much was the figure? 600? Do you agree? Yes. Next, trade discount you less. So let's maybe do this. Interesting. How much is 5%? It should be 5%, right? Over 600. And of course we have to less, so I'm going to put a minus here. Gives us how much? It's the difference? 570. Yes. And then now we have to bring in the tax, the sales tax components. And of course, Ellen is registered for sales tax during the year she sold goods with a list price of 600, excluding. Have you heard that word? Excluding, meaning that now we just have to compute a percentage. It has to start simple. Do you know that the included one is the one that is difficult? Okay, so let us proceed. And is there a question? That's a good question. We started from the exclusive, so we're going to the gross. We have to calculate the gross, isn't it? I think it makes sense that if we start from the exclusive, we go to the gross, isn't it? We have to add tax elements so that we make it gross. Do you understand? Now, let us not over-meditate. If we over-meditate, what will happen? All the questions will become what? Very hard. So, we are coming from the exclusive, meaning net, to the gross, isn't it? Are we not going to the gross? Don't make me doubt my English. So let's proceed. What is the rate? What is the rate? 5.5. The rate is 15%. Come again? You don't have the question? I told you to say, counter check. Okay, maybe some people do not have for real. Let me just try to share this with you, all right? Yeah. My people, this is the first question. If we are finding it very difficult to do the first question, what of the other questions when they'll put more, do they call them spanners? She's laughing. What about the other question where they'll put more spanners, Mr. Samuel? To be tricky now, more tricky, right? Okay, I've just sent on your group, all right? I've just sent on your group. It's downloading, and of course the page number is 18. You are there? Okay, my people. Now I'm hearing some noise there. What is the rate of tax in this question? 15, right? So we say tax in this case will be 15%. It's supposed to be 0.5, right? 0.15 rather, of that number, right? How much are you getting? So when you add the two, what is the gross? Yes. That is the gross, right? Congratulations. Is there a question on what we have done? There is no. Okay. There is no. What a nice day it is. Very cold indeed. Too cold. Too cold. Can we proceed? Can I proceed from here? Malemba vonse? Okay, just take us off. My accountant konda ko. It looks now proper. We're supposed to have points here. Okay, since we have got 2 decimal places on our cents and on our coins, we're going to have that. Okay, let's do some more work. On the next work, you are supposed to open a T account. But let us proceed. 73 at 1st December, X5. Are you there? Are you there? 73? Are you there? Yes, 73. L'Oreal owes the sales tax authorities how much? 23. During the month of December, she recorded the following transactions. Sales. On sales, we get what type of tax? Output tax. Then on purchases, we get what type of tax? Input tax. The question is, what is the balance on L'Oreal's tax account at the end of December? Open a T account, if you may. Hello. What are we going to call it? Sales what? Sales tax control, right? Are you ready? I can hear some noise there. Yeah. Let's do some bit of work. We have got a dollar. We're dealing with dollars, right? Hello? One side is debit, the other side is what? We had opened with an amount brought forward. Which side? 73 says L'Oreal owes the tax authorities, meaning that this should be a creditor. How much did you owe? 23,777. 778, right? All right. So you bear with us. Too much talk. Okay, so let's proceed. Where do we go from there? Ladies and gentlemen, on this side, we have got sales tax. We have got actually output tax, right? Hello? Output what? Tax. What about on this side? Input tax. Maona maminende, right? Now listen, and listen carefully. We have to balance this account to find out whether we owe the tax authorities or whether the tax authorities owe us a refund. Do you understand? If the credit side is more, then the balancing figure will be on the other hand, on the debit, right? So we have a payable. If the debit side is more, then we are likely to have a what? A refund. So I'll be doing my works from Excel here, and I hope you won't complain. Too much complaints is not good. Do you know that? Complaining too much. Yesterday we learned that if you want something to change, you have to do something about it. So if you continue complaining, will the problems go away? No. There'll be more. No. Do something about it. Do something about it. Well, even pretending will not solve the problem. Isn't it? Yeah. Can we please proceed? Sales of 800,000 exclusive makes our life simple, right? Yeah. So you bring this 800, you say, you should be doing that in your workings, right? By 17%. You know, 17% is as good as this. Simple. I'm not able to see that. Don't scare us. You people, am I dreaming or am I in class? Should I pinch myself so that I can check? Because people are asking for things that are on the board there. Yes, how much are you getting? 100 and what? Is there someone who does not know how to do computation of percentages? We shouldn't be wasting too much time. Kwa mene kuli nchito ndugu kuli inclusive. Tien. Purchases of how much? 590, 790, inclusive. You understand that? That's where the work is. We said what? 5 what? 590, 790? Let me check again. I don't want to be caught on the wrong side. That's correct, eh? Multiplied by, now listen to this. For me, I open my brackets, 17, but I don't think there's even a necessity to do that. 17 point what? 5. Just forget about the percentage sign for now. Eh? Do you understand that? Then down there, you say 100 plus 17%, 100% plus 17%. This is what? 17.5. It's as simple as that. Can you see that? That's why you came into class, so that you don't waste time on those things. Can we please find the number? Mr. Elijah. Mr. Elijah has already found. Is that correct? So, which side is bigger than the other? The credit or the debit? Automatically. So we owe the government, right? Correct? You know how to close off your accounts. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the difference between the total minus that number. How much do you owe the government? Hello, my people. How much do you owe the government? Are they going to allow you to continue trading if you owe them? They're not going to allow you. They're not going to allow you. You owe the government. Can we proceed? Hello? Still writing? Still writing? I think this one is more clear, this project, compared to the other one. Interesting. But the other one appears to be more durable. Durable. So this one, we're just observing it. We hope that it do not misbehave. Can I proceed? I've asked that question again so that those who are slow, they can know that I think I'll give you a challenge on the next question. Can I give you a challenge on the next question? Why did I even ask you? Should I be asking you? Somebody was saying that, yes. It's not good for your mind now. Do you understand that? It's not good for your mind. Spoon feeding is not good for your what? Let's proceed. This is also very simple. If sales including sales tax amount to how much? This much. And purchases excluding sales tax is that. What would be the balance on the sales tax account assuming all transactions are subject? My goodness. This one does not even have an opening balance. You can do it, eh? Good. See now, these issues of spoon feeding, somebody is busy saying, Kulibonesh. Why? When are you going to take responsibility? When? When are you going to take responsibility? Attempt that one. You know what you're supposed to do? Forget about this opening balance. You understand? And just follow through. So I'm going to remove all these things. All right? You do the exact thing that you have seen here. You know, if I go with you, we are going to spend less time. But that's not good for your mind. It's good for me to manage my time. How much was the figure for sales? Including tax, meaning tax inclusive. 27? 27 what? 612.5, right? Let me put it here. Is equal to 27, 612, point what? 5. Multiplied by, they said inclusive, right? 17 point what? 5 divided by 7 point what? 0.5. Are you there? Should I again show you there? Please write something. Write something. Is there a difference? You know, no one is down. It is just that you don't have what? Interest. If you are interested in something, your intelligence is going to show. But if you're not interested, you're going to express ignorance. And somebody will mistake that for what? Dullness. So, I don't think that there is anything different from what we did on top there. In fact, this one is more simple. I'm sure you know where we're going, isn't it? Where are we supposed to go? The other side, we are not going to trouble ourselves with modification of the denominator. How much was the input tax? 18,000, right? Can you see that? It is there where I say it is simple here because all you need to do is to do this, what I've done. Have you seen that? It's basic. It's as basic as that. Okay, students would rather you show them 17 over 17.5 what? 5, eh? Over what? Over 100. That's what you want to see. Okay? Hello? How much are we getting? Yeah, now find the difference. What's the difference between this number and that number? It's as basic as that. You know, I'm going to move to another topic. With your attitude, I think I should just move to another topic. When I find a simple question and you can't do it, I should move to another topic so that I don't carry extra luggage. So, it was simple. And there was, what do you call it? What is paranoia? What is your understanding of paranoia? Paranoia means what? Fearing what you don't understand, eh? Just being afraid what you don't understand. Read through. If you see it, most of you didn't read. That's the reason why you say, let's do it together. But it is basic. So I ask again, can I proceed? This one is done, isn't it? Hello? Next question, 75. In the quarter ended X2, Charles had taxable sales net of sales tax of how much? 90,000, and taxable purchases net of sales tax 72. If the rate of sales tax is 10%, how much sales tax is payable? My goodness. This one is very simple. They have even simplified the percentage. Let's do it. Let's do it. I just want to come and check if you have managed. Is this the first time? No. Late comers. Are you done? You're done? Not yet. I got a question simple. Miss Elijah, please show them. This is not acceptable. 10%. You're done, eh? Good. What is yours? Eh? 180? Good. I think universal lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to proceed. I'm going to be UPND forward. Because, there are a few questions in the, and are we ready? Are we ready now? Are we ready? Confirm, please. I need to proceed. I confirm it's correct. It's 1,800? Yes, I confirm. So those of us who are still behind, but those of us who have confirmed is still okay. Let us go to the concept. At this stage of our studies, it might be a bit difficult to introduce topics without concepts. Today we want to focus on accounting for what? Inventory. I wanted to say already that inventory is an asset of what? Exchange. You should be very careful who you are confirming to that you are holding inventory, because if you confirm to the tax person that you are holding inventory, they will ask for what? Tax. Do you understand that? Why do business people pay tax? They keep what? Stock. Do you understand that? If you keep stock, then it means that you are having what? Inventory there, and you're a taxpayer. Okay. Inventory orders are likely to be what? Traders. And traders must pay what? Tax. It's as basic as that. I think you can come the other side maybe. I'll be obstructing you, hoping that you have started writing something. Please let us start writing. We have to cover some ground, okay? We have to cover some ground. If everything goes well tomorrow, we can still introduce depreciation. We have to cover some ground. We have to cover some ground. And yeah, I know. Let's proceed. Can we proceed? Under objective, and you don't have to write this one, the major work here, at whatever level you're going to deal with this particular standard, IS2, is inventory what? Valuation. Did you hear that? Inventory what? Valuation. That's where the work is. That is where the work is. Okay, so now let us proceed to the next one, cost of sales. Let's begin from there. You're in that class where you're supposed to deal with costs. Cost of sales refers to the cost of goods what? Sold. This is the value of units that you sold. And these units are the only ones that needs to be expensed. Cost of sales is based on the matching concept. Who remembers the matching concept? And please don't write what you don't understand. Don't be on autopilot writing what you don't understand. When you're writing something that it doesn't make sense to you, you ask questions, all right? Now, in cost of sales, we have got the matching concept which states that we should match what? Expenses and income to the correct accounting period. Do you know what that means in terms of inventory? It means that the number of units sold, you understand, should be equal to the number of units expensed. Number of units what? Sold should be equal to the number of units expensed. That's the reason why the last point says that what they only sold what? Goods should be included in what? In cost of what? Sales. Do you know why? The units of goods that you didn't sell should be treated as closing what? Inventory. And closing inventory is an asset. Current asset. Did you hear that? It is an asset. Okay, let's proceed. So I give you the first formula for cost of sales. Okay, you have what? The opening what? don't ask the question, what is opening inventory? Somebody try to explain it. Inventory held at what? We shouldn't assume money. If you assume in this class, somebody will come and tell you when the exam is due tomorrow, say, what is opening inventory, sir? It is because you know some of these things, when you just say wait, somebody can have an idea of what is happening. Then to opening inventory, we add purchases. Do you understand? Now again, somebody tried to explain there. Units bought during the year. Do you understand that? Units of inventory bought during the year. What was that? Then we remove what? Closing what? What is closing inventory? Don't say, what is closing inventory? Held at the end of the what? Understand that the 200 is within what you bought. Do you understand that? The 200 is within what you bought. But it was not sold. And that's the reason why we are saying we are not supposed to include it in cost of what? Sales. Okay, so I think I had a question or so, but let me proceed to the formula that looks a bit, populated. So we are introducing now, in this formula, we are introducing other thoughts. What other thought are we introducing? The first one is what? Carriage what? Inwards. Yes, you can ask a question. What is carriage inwards? What is to carry? Who can try? To carry means what? To nyamula. Transportation costs from the supplier's premises to our premises. Carriage inwards. Did you hear that? Transport what? Cost. I hope somebody will not ask what is transport. Then I'll run out of, I'm just using the dictionary here. I'll run out of options. Next, listen to this. If you don't see carriage inwards, just trying to explain that, then it means that the supplier could have what? Provided the what? The transport. And it could have included the cost of transport within what? The purchases. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay. Can I proceed? To the next one, not the next slide, but the next line. Returns what? We started discussing this in double entry. Do you remember? Do you remember? What is returns outwards? Who can try? Who can try? Mr. Elijah. Returns outwards, what does it mean? Goods which we returned to our suppliers is very important. Okay? Now, this is basically the value of goods that we return to our suppliers. There's a silent transport cost issue there. You understand that? Transport cost might also be incurred on this one. Okay? Then, if you get goods for personal use from your business, what do we call that? Drawings. Now listen to this. Drawings is not an expense. In this case, drawings is reducing what? Cost of what? Sales. Did you hear that? Drawings is not what? An expense. If it comes in the profit or loss, it comes to reduce cost of what? Sales. It is still not an expense. So don't come and tell us it is an expense. Notice that in some cases, you may have also stolen what? Inventory. Stolen inventory must be reduced from what? Cost of what? From your opening inventory and your purchases and your carriage what? Inwards. Should be removed from there because what was stolen was not sold. Did you hear that? Where did it go? You don't want to meet him because you are going to beat him up. I know that. Some people don't have brakes. You don't want to meet the thief because you forget all your 10 commandments. Thou shalt not beat. Eh?
Would it be the same would you have been before? You need some inventory was in before. You also
If inventory was what?
bent.
Bent, yeah. So bent inventory was not sold. Do you understand that? Where did it go? It went to the fire. It went under the inferno. Okay? Can I talk about damages as well? Damage, do we sell damaged drugs? Some they do. Somebody's laughing. Some they do. But is it right to do that? Is it illegal? Don't be in the habit of taking, I don't like drugs. But there are some people, and a slight headache. It expired. And a slight headache. Drink some water. Too much of drugs is not good for your body now. Can we proceed? We now bring in the chief reason, the chief deduction, the chief subtraction, which is what? Closing what? Inventory. We have already discussed this one. So once you have done your calculations, what happens? You are going to have now this number, this value rather, representing the number of units what? Sold. I think there's a question now. Here. You write. And laughing anyhow without a reason is not a very good idea. So when you ask why are you laughing, somebody will say, it's nothing. We shall conclude. We shall be forced to conclude. Don't force us to conclude. Okay? You write something. I'm going to take you to another slide where there are some requirements. Janet gives you a summary of our trading transaction for January 2022 as follows. She has got our opening units, purchased units. She has got sold units. And then closing inventory is given automatically. When you add the 1,000 plus 7, is that correct? 1,000 plus 7 gives you how much? 8,000, right? 8,000 minus 5,500 gives you how much? What is 8,000 minus 5,500? That's a 2,500, right? Did you hear that? That's a 2,500. Now in the exams, somebody may just remove what? The 2,500 so that you can calculate it for yourself. And you'll be on autopilot. Okay, proceed. What else do you have? What is the unit cost? 5 kwacha. Selling price. Can you see that? What profits are you making on each unit? I'm just preparing your mind. On each unit that you sell, how much profit are you making? 3 kwacha. 109. That's why these people are running groceries when they catch a thief. They don't have mercy. They make minimum, thin profits. So when you steal, you're taking them back. Do ladies steal? They don't, eh? Somebody said no. They defend. Let's not talk about that, eh? They don't steal. Are they supposed to be stealing? No, they're not supposed to. Right? Maybe that's a fair question, right? Oh, men, we should not go to men. Should we go to men, Mr. Elijah? Do men steal? No. Are they supposed to? Okay. So, can we please proceed? Are you done writing? I was just giving you those other things because I want you to finish writing. I'm sure anybody who is fast has finished writing. Let's now proceed. Calculate the requirement. You do your cost of what? Cost of sales? Gross profit. For which month? For the month of January, of course. Yes. Isn't this a fair question? Isn't this a fair question? I think it is. I think it is. I think it's a fair question, you know. It is? Simple? Okay, we shall see once we do some bit of work here. Okay? Come through, please. I hope it's a fair question. Yeah. Right. So, let me just try to do this. See, what has happened? I told you. Let's not be too excited. I'm going to do some bit of work here. What's the name of this person? Janet? For the month of what? Yeah, got some bit of work to do today. 20 what? We've got kwacha. We start with sales. Sold how many units, my dear? Sold how many? So how much is the value? 5 by 8. I hope you can see that. Okay, for the sake of peace, let me just eliminate the zeros. What do you think? Eliminate the zeros. Next, we go to opening what? I'm going to share this with you again. I think I have got a recorded lecture. I should have stopped somewhere, but it's still okay. How many units? 1,000? By the cost of 5? How much do you have? 5,000, right? Next. If the only word you are hearing is next, just know that you're in trouble. You start asking questions. Okay? Start asking questions. You know, let me just tell you something. Don't feel shy to ask questions when the class is going on. Because these issues of saying, the lecturer was fast. When the class was going on, you're not asking. It's not supposed to be like that. The thing is that we cannot be unproductive. We are trying to, life itself is evolving. So you better start asking questions where you feel you are behind, so that your questions can be resolved before you go to the exam room. Because if you decide to just relax, then there'll be a terrible crisis. Purchases, next. Is that correct? How many units did you buy? 7,000 at what price? 5. So what is 7 by 5? Is that correct? Less closing what? Closing inventory. Are we assisting someone? This we said 2.5, right? By 5, how much do you have? 12,000. Congratulations. So can we please find the cost of what? Cost of sales. I'm finding 27.5. Is that correct? Somebody calls it cost of goods what? Sold. Yes. Now we have to find the gross what? I'm going to send you a lecture so that you can go through for some of the things that maybe we didn't see. We say 27.5, right? Okay, so I'll just write it manually here so that I can establish what do you call it? I can establish my gross profit, and I'm finding a 16.5. Are we together? 16.5 is what we have there. So we are done with the requirement. Our job was to establish the gross profit. We are done. But I just wanted to reemphasize the fact that we are dealing with the matching what? Concept. That the number of units that was sold is the exact number of units that were expensed. And the profit of 16.5 should be based on the same number of what? Units. So again, if you remember, this one is simple here on top. We are talking about how many units which were sold. Yes, so we are going to divide that figure 44 by what? By 8. Gives us how much? 5.5, right? Again here, the 27. You divide that number 27.5, right? By what is the cost per unit? It was 5. Was it 5 or? Come again? Me too. You're not the only one who is not understanding. I'm also not. So let me just try to finish so that you can see. Okay, so the next one is 27.5 divided by what? By 5, right? 5 is the unit cost, right? How much are you getting? 5.5. Is that okay? Next. What are you doing there, sir? I can't understand. Also, myself, I can't understand. So I'll continue doing it so that maybe we all understand at a point. 16.5. What was the profit in each unit? 3, yeah? Do you remember? 8 minus what? Minus 5. 3. So there we go. So notice that the exact number of units sold is the number of units that was what? Expensed. And it is also the exact number of units on which we are basing the profit of how much? 16 what? 16.5. So please remember that. What am I trying to do? Matching what? Concept. Matching what? Concept. Very important. Can I proceed? Okay, to the next one. Let us now go to inventory. I'll try to stand here. It's a theory thing. Let us start writing again. We start writing, eh? Start writing. Okay, so inventory is an asset of exchange. True or false? It is true, isn't it? It is an asset of exchange. I told you some few minutes ago that don't be in a hurry to say I have got what? Stock. Because the tax people will ask for what? Do you pay tax? And they're going to fail to answer. No, it's not the only time, but it is dangerous because if it is established that you're a taxpayer and you haven't been paid, you're in trouble. You understand that? It is not the only time. It is not the only time. I didn't say that. Did I say that? It's not the only time. I didn't say that it's the only time. Did I say that it's the only time? Okay, let's proceed. There was a story of someone who said that They had 1.4 million toilet paper. And when they were asked to say, what is this toilet paper for? They say it is for personal what? Consumption. Eh? And then somebody say, but you, even companies don't have this number. You is for personal consumption. Then the man was convicted. He was found to be a tax what? He was a tax what? Payer. What he was holding was what? Inventory. He was holding those units of stock to be what? To be sold. You can't use 1.4 tissue or toilet rolls for personal what? So let's proceed to the next one. Inventory is described as goods held for what? For sale. Last time when we put the word resale, somebody said, does it mean we are selling twice? So we make it simple for you. Inventory includes finished goods, work in progress, and what? Raw materials. It is as simple as that. Let's go. Under recognition, the inventory should have value, economic value, and it should be quantifiable. The value should be what? Quantifiable. The value should be quantifiable. The value should be quantifiable. The value should be quantifiable. Are you there? Are you there? Mm-hmm. Are you there? Okay. Can we proceed to the next one? Let us look at what should be included in the cost of stock. Purchase price, free on board. What does that mean? Manufacturer's price, right? Hello? Manufacturer's what? Price. And
So that's
free on board, yes. Manufacturer's price. Hmm? Manufacturer's price. You can see that? Yes, you can ask. Oh, sorry. Where? Obstructing. Huh? Is that true? Okay. Okay, can we please proceed? I thought it was like that. Okay, let's proceed. There's also what we call transport. We can call it delivery what? Cost. Remember carriage what? Inwards at your level. Carriage inwards. Tax, non-refundable taxes. You have got under tax, you also have what we call import duty, right? Do you understand that? For those who order vehicles to be sold. Conversion costs, this is the cost of converting raw materials into finished goods. May include direct labor, employee, wages. Incidental costs, these are costs that you incur in bringing the inventory to its present location and condition. Present location and condition. All costs. Okay. All right. Do we have a question? What are some of the costs that are excluded from inventory? Abnormal loss, employ somebody who does not know how to operate the machine, and that leads to wastage. That should not be included in the cost of what? Stock. Storage costs, this is an administration expense. And the administration overheads, such as the cost that you pay an accountant to, help you to do cost accounting, or help you to arrive at the value of stock. All those things should not be included in the cost of inventory. All these costs that you are seeing, the three, they fall under what is known as what? What do you call it? Administration expenses. I think there is also another one that you learn in cost accounting. If you are doing cost accounting, idle time, the cost of idle time, should it be treated as an administration cost or cost of inventory? Idle time. Administration, eh? Automatic. You understand? Yes. So please remember that. Okay, let's proceed. Inventory valuation. I said this is the thrust of this particular topic, right? It's a many point, actually. All these things we have been doing. Inventory should be valued at the lower of what? Hello? Can you see this? Cost or what? Net realizable what? Value. Prudence concept is being utilized there. Okay? The prudence concept is being used there. Okay? Yeah, so that's what we have there. Tomorrow we'll meet again, hopefully at 8 hours sharp. If you come late, definitely you'll be finding that we've covered much. But it's your responsibility to check with your friends. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to rest a bit very soon. Can we proceed? You're still writing? One sentence. Okay, I can see some people are done. Can I proceed? I think I should have put this sentence, I think small letters or something like that. Because it looks as if it's loaded. Can I proceed? Okay, let us now look at an example, a basic example on inventory valuation. Okay? We have got how many products here? 3 products. X, Y, and what? Z. Can you see that? Inventory should be valued at the lower of what? So let's begin. Here we have got cost, selling price, and selling costs. Supposed to be selling cost. Let me just remove this S here. Okay? And then there's a quantity. So let's start from product X. X has got a cost of 100, and the NRV will be 120 minus what? 30. Are you understanding? What is 120 minus 30? 90. So which one is the lower between 90 and 100? I heard someone saying 100. Okay. Slow down, sir. Slow down. Too fast. Okay, let me just try to slow down. What is... it doesn't work. So please, which one is lower than the other? 100 or the subtraction of these two is 90, right? So what we do, we'll go with the what? 90. So what we do to value the inventory, we shall say 90 by 1,000. How much are we getting? There's no need for you to worry about the calculations this time around. Do you confirm? We go to the next one. Why? What is the cost? 70, right? And what is the selling price? And what is the selling cost? So what is the NRV? NRV means what? Selling price less what? Cost. Do you understand? Net means there was a subtraction. When they say net book value, it means there was a subtraction. NRV, subtraction. 60 compared to 70. Which one is lower? 60, right? So you use 60 to multiply by 25. What is 60 by 25? 150,000, right? Okay. We'll go to a nice one. I think this one is nice now. It's different from the others. I hope so. We have the cost of how much? 35. And we have got what? NRV of 41 minus 5. Gives us how much? Which one is the lower of the two?
35.
So 35 by 1.5. Confirm. Congratulations. So then, for you to value your inventory, you have to add all these things, this plus that, you get your number there. Please write something. Unless there was a question on what we have done. On this one, we got this one, but on these others, we got the subtractions. Yes, you can ask. Yes. Yes.
70 then we get the 75.
No. It's not 70 minus 65. I think I've already I've circled, right? I've circled it where I'm doing the subtraction. It is actually 65 minus what? Minus 5. Gives you how much? 60. Then compare the 60 to the 70. Which one is the lower of the two? 60. Then you use the 60 to multiply by what? 25, yeah. That's how you do it. What about this one? This one you want us to go through it again?
Yes.
41 minus 5? 36, eh? Do you agree it's 36?
Yes, sir.
Then 36 compared to 35. Which one is the lower of the two?
35.
So you go with the lower of the two. So you say 35 by what?
1.
Aha! You know, these are basic points, but don't appear for an exam if you don't know this. The basic points. Now you will notice that we shall see them in the questions that we practice. You understand that? Yes. I think I'm running out of time already. Are we going to manage? Basic example. Meaning, not something that we should do. Spend too much time on. Can we proceed? So, where do we go from there? NRV means what? Selling what? Selling price less what? Cost to sell, NRV. That's what it means. It's as basic as that. Mm-hmm. Are we there? I'm just reading actually. It's better just to use another example. If the selling price of an item is 100 kwacha, and then it costs you 5 kwacha to sell it, maybe 10 kwacha because of transport, then the NRV will be 100 minus 10, which will be 90. That's all. NRV. Net realizable what? Value. Can we proceed? This is done in cost accounting. Don't say no. We know your syllabus. It's done, it's there. First in, first out. FIFO, right? Average costs, AFCO there. Then last in, first out, LIFO. What is the point in financial accounting? We use only the first two methods. The last one is prohibited. Did you hear what I said? What is to prohibit? Correct. I wanted you to use your local language. Nonetheless.
I'm Tonga by tribe.
Oh, you're Tonga. Ah, interesting. I did. Oh, you can say it, yeah. I like that. I didn't get you. You said what? Okay. Interesting. You know, these languages, you need to preserve them. I've got a feeling that they're fading away. Even English itself is fading away. Are you aware of that?
No.
No. It is fading away. You know that English is not the original language that was used on earth. It is actually, most of the words in English come from what? The Greek language and other major languages which were what? Superseded. So one day, if this earth is going to live for another 5,000 years, then these languages will fade. Will fade. Whether you like it or yes, they'll fade. Okay, can we proceed? Can we proceed? You know, I just wanted to bring in an example here to help to take the point further on inventory valuation. And my focus is on closing what? Inventory. Did you hear what I said? On closing what? Inventory. It is, the point is this: the higher the closing inventory, the higher the reported profits. Mm-hmm. Is there a question? Come again? Come again? No, please interpret what is he saying. He's saying what?
The word after methods.
We have been having this word for some time now. It means continued. Oh my goodness. We have to close the class now. Okay, it doesn't have, it will not affect your syllabus, all right? It will not affect, it is just for me to just demonstrate, to say I'm continuing from. All right. Can we proceed? Understand here. My focus is closing inventory. So please write this point. The higher the closing inventory, the higher the what? Reported what? Profits. Do you understand that? It is not there, but it is worth noting. It is not, it's not there, the gross profit or the reported profits. All right. I need to have a break now. Everybody needs to have a break, eh? Isn't that so? There are some people in here who are having another class after this one. Is there someone who is having a different class? No one, eh? But tomorrow, I guess you have 2 classes, some of you. 4 hours. You need to be eating in advance. Now listen to this. Listen to this. In ceteris paribus, the economist says, all things being what? Equal. Did you hear that? All things being equal. In fact, that's the assumption of life. When you're learning like this, you think that you'll be there tomorrow, right? All things being what? Otherwise, if things are not equal, we're going to be in trouble. Everything we are doing here is not, it doesn't make sense. Yes, you can ask.
Could you please explain more on the statement you gave us where it said they had the closing inventory, they had the gross profit?
Yes, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Okay, so let's do some bit of work here. If we stayed all the numbers, for instance, we stay, you know what to stay means, eh? To maintain as constant. You understand? You maintain as constant. Sales. Too much explanation. I feel I'm doing a lot of explanations. Okay, next, opening inventory, constant. Purchases, constant, right? But what have you changed? So now listen to this. In times of inflation, FIFO is likely to report a higher value of closing what? Inventory. Why? Because look at what is happening today. There's inflation in the land, right? And go and just try to buy something that you like in ShopRite. In 100 kwacha. You come out with less change. I didn't say go and buy bread. You understand? For some people, they're just like bread. Let's proceed to the next one. So assuming there is inflation, we shall see that this particular method will report a what? A higher closing inventory, because units in inventory will be valued at a higher selling what? With on latest what? Prices. Very important point. But this one, average. But this one, what do you call orders prices, right? And we are saying inflation, meaning that the orders prices were what? On the low side in inflation time. Now, notice that if you do that, what will be happening is this. When you have got a higher closing inventory, the cost of sales reduces. Did you hear that? When your expenses reduces, what happens to your profits? Is it explained now? Yeah, I mean, is it coming up now? Yes. Let's go to the extreme. When you have got a lower, closing inventory, what will happen is that your cost of sales will be what? High. And therefore, your profits will be what? Less. Your profits will be less. And AFCO is a compromise of the two. So from today on, the higher the closing inventory, the higher the what? Reported profits. Don't say sales are not yours. All right, let's proceed to the next one. There are some notes that you need to write here. Please write those notes. FIFO reported the highest profit because the closing inventory is what? Hello? Is that? Please. Let me just rest a bit. Talk about something else so that the students will say you're fast. us conclude. I can see here, I've been here for some time now. It is not good to be talking all the time. Good. Makes my life easy. I think I've already talked about the inventory rates. Next time we meet, my dear people, what are we looking at? What do you call that? Depreciation. That's called depreciation. Yes. Congratulations. But maybe what we can do is to start with some questions, all right? For stock. And then jump into depreciation. Thank you very much. And do have. I'll send a recorded lecture on something. Yes, you can ask, please.
So for this session, is it being recorded?
Come on. We don't record sessions anyhow nowadays. Especially for full-time. Full-time people should not be asking me for recorded sessions.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm saying recording this for us part-time.
You're on part-time, eh? Oh, great.
Change.
If you're in the part-time, that's okay then. That's okay. We have recorded, eh? I'll try to send, in fact, I've got something else. I was wondering why I was even recording. Okay? Why was I recording this? I've already